Cancer family, what is going on? Welcome to the channel. I am Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we are looking at your weekly energy. So welcome. What's going on this week, Cancer? I hope things, I do. Yeah, I think I repeat myself. I apologize. I have so much going on. It's all that Vata energy in my mind. We are having a full moon. That could be part of it. It's a full moon in Sagittarius. I'm going to be posting a astrology video around that. My intention is to do it today, so definitely check it out if you're interested. There's a lot going on. We're like really redefining who we are as individuals, what makes us happy, a little bit of rebellion against the norm. And kind of coming into situations that are difficult, that are challenging us to make decisions that are a little bit more honoring of who we are and what we want. So let's get into it, Cancer. Let's see what's up for the week. Okay, Virgo, I love this energy for you because it talks a lot about finding ways to find balance through analyzing, through taking care of yourself, your health, your wellness. That energy can be, coming from that analytical standpoint, instead of assuming or hoping, really observing, Yeah, that's a good one. Observe the situation, observe the person, place, thing that you're dealing with that you have questions about, or something kind of just doesn't add up. And I feel like Spirit is really calling you to take that extra step and focus on your health and wellness, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, so that you can be a little bit more clear around what is highest and best for you. Because then we break out with this Aries energy, and Aries is all about self. It is ruled by Mars. It is fire, action, potential. It's really the way that we express ourselves to the outside world. So that value of our ego, and in a good way, right? We need ego to kind of motivate us to do things, right? Otherwise we wouldn't really want to. To kind of be our best sense of self, to let that inner light shine, etc. That is empowerment. It doesn't mean you have to be fire energy or you have to bulldoze people over. Maybe you're tired of getting bulldozed. Weird, that didn't want to come out. Cancer is such a loving, nurturing energy. People can take advantage of that, right? Don't mistake my kindness for weakness, Cancer. That's your tagline this week. And that's going to be from what you see, what you observe around this person or situation. I feel like the cycle, things have shifted, like whatever you're dealing with, it's changed, and you feel that underneath. I feel like the new or how it's going to be in the future hasn't really settled in quite yet. It's still building, and I feel like that's probably what you're a little bit curious about right now, is how is this all gonna play out? You might still be dealing with residual of the past, person, place, or thing that is still in your life to some capacity. For everyone, that's going to be different, right? These are super general readings. Just keep that in mind. I try not to get too specific because I don't like to trigger or being triggered. I've watched many a reading where it's like, they're doing what? And it's not true. Okay. So here's the thing. It's recognizing, being honest, seeing things for what they are so that you can release and let go. You are, like I said, you're in that period of new beginnings. Things are coming your way, Cancer. And I feel like you feel that. I think what I'm hearing is there still is a little bit of attachment to the old, to the past, understandably so. It's hard when life changes. We like it to be comfortable. I think our brain naturally tries to find more pleasure. So, change, doesn't really coincide with that. There's that fire energy. You might be dealing with an Aries sign. This could just be someone who's just very Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, very fire. So very much in their power. They like to kind of control, dictate the situation. I feel like for some of you, that's been what you've been dealing with, and you're kind of coming to this place where it's annoying. Yeah. There is something that they have been limiting, and I feel like it's coming to light this week. It's interesting how that sword is front and center. It reminds me of the Ace of Swords. So complete clarity coming out, but then it's like blocking the situation from moving forward. And I feel this like very strongly with this Aries energy. So someone just doesn't want to do it, or they're making excuses or making you feel a certain kind of way. That's why it's so important for you to tap into that power, Cancer. Yeah. I feel like you're more loyal to them than they are to you, unfortunately. Sorry to be so blunt, but that's really how it feels this week. It feels like, again, more clarity keeps coming to the surface. Especially if this is someone you've been dealing with for a while, because I feel like this energy is popping up in your readings a lot. What I love about you, Cancer, is you are working to approach this situation from a diplomatic perspective. I feel like you're really working to not get too emotional or too one way or the other. I hear that like it's important for you to remain grounded, remain balanced, not get triggered, put the time, the energy, the effort into it that it deserves. But then again, you're working with or against someone who's just putting up these heavy restrictions, heavy limitations, heavy boundaries for you. And I think you see it, but I think you're still not certain because you still have a lot going on. It goes back to this Virgo energy and this need to kind of take, a more of an observing perspective. Take that back seat. Is that what it is? I don't know. I don't know what the phrase is, but something. Just kind of step back and really look at things. Right now, you're moving too quickly, and I feel like you think they are moving too quickly as well. Like in your mind, they're acting kind of immature. They're acting kind of ridiculous. So it's like, you see it and you're just like, whatever, I know where this is headed. I don't think you're thinking it's as serious as what it truly is, because with them vibing as the King of Wands, it really talks about them having very specific ideas and opinions about how it's gonna go. And I'm a little nervous. We'll see when we look into their energy. I hear like for some of you, there might be a little bit of hiding. There might be a little bit of not giving full disclosure. It's not lying. I don't get that sense, but it's like not giving full disclosure. Okay. Interesting. So something for them is shifting this week as well. How they're seeing you, how they're seeing the relationship. Aries, there's a lot of fire on the board, and I don't really feel like this is you. I feel like this is them feeling like they need to control every facet of how this thing plays out. Yeah. Because there you are, King of Cups, and you're essentially being blocked in their energy. To me, this is like something happens this week where they're seeing things a little bit differently, and I feel like it reflects in how they talk to you, how they interact with you. And this is them shutting you out. And I think you can feel it, but I think you're not really paying attention to the signs with this Four of Cups. In the traditional deck, it's like this guy and he's focused on, you know, all these 3 cups. Meanwhile, this 4th one is like in the background. And if he just switched his perspective, if he just kind of switched how he was approaching the situation, he would see the opportunity that's being offered. Now, while I don't feel that this is something that you really want to see, I do think there is some hurt and pain behind it, which I am very sorry, Cancer, because it really sucks going through these things with people, right? Like when we expect or we think of things in one way and then it doesn't really work out, you know? But when you're constantly coming against someone that's resistant, those are your red flags. Those are your cues. And I feel like paying attention a little bit more to those things are going to help you see the situation clearly and make decisions that are more honorable to you. Page of Wands being blocked right now. So this to me is like, there is some immaturity happening, but it's also not taking the time to kind of explore, you know, the Page of Wands, like I'm hearing this in twofold, like kind of getting out, doing new things, taking your mind off this situation, not having it constantly weigh on you, or not waiting around for it as well. Recognizing that it is changing, and it's big change with the Death card, with that Scorpio energy, Page of Pentacles. It's shifting the vibe 100%. And we have 2 pages, 2 new beginnings, in 2 different kind of ways. It's shifting the whole vibe of this situation. But that's not really being dealt with quite yet. I feel like that's what's being swept under the rug. That's what this person, is like hiding from you, or not completely revealing their true intentions, how they're truly feeling around this situation. You taking that time, again, reiterating, to observe, to figure out what's really going on. I feel like it's easier said than done, but really this is talking about not getting so emotional around this thing. Yeah, diplomacy all across the board with the Justice and the King of Swords, It's like you just have to look at things, look at how they're treating you, how they're behaving, what they're choosing. It's their own stuff, right? It's them wanting to kind of feed their ego, feed their pride, their arrogance in a certain way, believing that whatever they're doing is better. And I don't necessarily get that vibe. No shade to them, not wishing ill will. But I feel like it's, you know, that's the thing about Wands energy, is it is just it's very me first. This is the Sun. We have Leo. I love the energy on this card of her just dancing and being engulfed in those sunflowers. It's like so magical. But it definitely is that vibe of me, you know, and I feel like this person needs a lot of validation, a lot of affirmation. Maybe they're not getting that from you. Maybe it's like I don't know if it's boredom. It's kind of just this energy of like them wanting to do something else. And like I said, I don't feel that's 100% fully disclosed. I feel like some of that comes out a little bit more this week. Take time, like I reiterated, to really tune in, observe just the conversations, the unconscious patterning, right? The reason that we do things just because. So in this situation, why are you making the choices that you're making? Is it just because you've always done it this way, or it should look this way? Well, what if, in fact, it's completely shifting, you know? And when we acknowledge that and tap into that, it gives us the power to create, to be more conscious and mindful with how we're manifesting. You know, you might still be chasing after some of the potential, what you feel or want to be there. I would say walk consciously with this person, situation. Yeah, really connect with that intuition this week, Cancer, because I feel like it's not all what it seems. And like I said, they're coming through with a lot of, I don't know, just like very intense energy. It's like they want to dictate the terms and conditions of the relationship. They don't want to be, you know, kind of at your disposal. They want to have the control. And it's, to me, with them, it's more of like a power struggle or a game or a fight. And I don't feel like you're approaching it that way at all. You know, I feel like you're just trying to find, how do we figure this out moving forward? But if you keep getting met with resistance, really pay attention to that this week. So I hope it helped, Cancer. I'm sending all the love and blessings to whatever you're navigating through. Definitely appreciate you tuning in, taking the time, your love and support. Give a big thumbs up if it resonated. Drop comments below. Let's build and grow the community. All right, guys, have a fabulous week. Lots of love.